Hey guys, so you know what time it is? Actually, almost anyway, this weekend, which will be lovely Valentine's Day. And you know, it always used to amaze me how you get some individuals who say, I don't do all that, that's a corporate thing, it's nothing but propaganda, it's just another, holiday built to rob people. Listen, honestly, that's every day. That's every day, honestly. If you look into what's happening now, especially nowadays, everything is a corporate damn holiday. Hence why everything's so freaking expensive. But I'm the type where I would say there's nothing wrong with celebrating certain holidays or whatnot, especially. But then, well, let me put it this way, guys. These holidays are what you make them. If you go about them very humbly, you don't have to worry about spending tons and tons of wads of money. You make it to what you want to make it. And you don't even have to call it that. You know what I'm saying? It could just be a regular, you can celebrate it as just a regular day. I don't have to say Happy Valentine's Day. You just say, hey, you know, I love you. Or just make it as a just because day. You know what I'm saying? Make that a just because day. But so, in the spirit of Valentine's coming up, I know some people were trying to figure out what they were going to do. For the ones who don't want to spend their, blow their wad and things like that. There's a lot of little cute things you can do. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people forget about the basics. Like especially if you're just dating someone for the first time, you've only maybe been dating for a couple weeks or a month or so. There's some dates that you can do too that don't really super creeped up on your your wallet, like won't break your wallet, so to speak. So like we all know, go out to a nice dinner and all that good stuff. We all know that. Or do the hotel getaway thing. Even a romantic surprise weekend trip for Valentine's Day weekend. That's always a good one. But let's go to some basic, classic type of dates, especially if you're very early on in a relationship and you just don't quite know, but you still want to do something special. Well, sadly, they don't have lover lanes like that too much anymore. But I believe if there's some states might have them, and a lover's lane, because I know it might be a little old school and old fashioned for some people, but lover's lane were places where you could just drive up to, and it usually it's a beautiful scenic location, gorgeous. It may be like a beautiful park view or city view, and sometimes it might be a cute little lake or nice little cute little creek or something like that within that area. You can always hit a beautiful lover's lane spot, and you gotta plan this perfectly. You gotta plan this with the sunset, and have just like maybe a cute little picnic. Now, depending on the setup, if it is a nice little safe area for you to put a nice blanket down, make it real cute, safely. I know some people do the whole candles bit. Just be careful with that, guys. Make sure you have those candles on a solid flat ground or surface. We don't want no problems. But some people actually would do that. They'll have some candles, have a nice, beautiful sunset picnic at the Lovers Lane, or even just a park, even at a beautiful park. I will say, guys, if you want to go that route, depending on where you're located, make sure you have like a nice tarp under that blanket. For the sake is, sometimes the grass might be a little moist and wet, and before you know it, you're getting a little wet right there, and all that, and that helps. For the sake of wondering if you might put that blanket on some liquid stuff. So I would advise definitely have like some kind of tarp thing under that blanket, guys. Yeah. Or you can simply do a cute little car picnic. Now, fellas, I've been told this quite a bit with you guys. Um, lately, from some of my straight friends, they have told me that, fellas, when it comes to the quote unquote car picnics, you guys just show up with a bag of chips, a joint, and like some kind of beer, type of thing, and call that a romantic picnic. Guys, put some thought into it. If you have to, depending on your ride situation, take it to the back seat. And I'm not saying it in that kind of way. Romantically take it to the back seat. Get you a nice playlist, a nice romantic playlist that can play in the background. I do not advise you put candles in your car. Now, unless you got those little electronic candles, that there you go. It's those little candles that they're realistic. If you want to put those in your car, just so you know. But please, guys, don't put no candles in your cars. Please don't. You'd be amazed. I've seen this, and it of course never ends well. But get you those fake electronic candles, and get you like, first of all, I get it. Again, this depends on what kind of ride you guys got. If you have a very roomy ride, yes, you can get away with doing a lot more. But if you have like a more tighter, compact type car situation, what you probably gonna have to do is make it more simplified of the picnic option. So just kind of work with what kind of car you got. Maybe just get like a nice little a fresh fruit bowl, depending on what she likes. Also do that. Depending on what she likes, get a nice fresh fruit bowl, maybe some chocolate covered strawberries, and then get a nice cute dessert. So this is what you do. You find out what her favorite dessert is and get an elegant one. Don't show up with something sloppy. You get brownie points, guys, for one, the effort, and two, for presentation. Believe it or not, us ladies like things like that. So what you do is, as you're doing your thing with the fruit or whatever cute little option you decide, you bust out that beautiful, elegant dessert, and what you do is you feed it to her. A lot of ladies love to be fed to, just like guys, fellas, you guys like to be fed to. Ladies love those things too. So just beautifully, gently feed her, depending on what the item is. But you can get away with feeding a woman just about anything: cookies, a piece of cheesecake, whatever her favorite dessert is. And just be smooth about it. Take your time, engage, talk to her. You know what I'm saying? This is a time to be very romantic and very genuine and very patient. You know what I'm saying? So give that to her. Some other little cute little stuff you guys can do. Guys, you can't go wrong with a nice walk in the park. It's very romantic. Again, depending on where you at now, and also depending on the weather situation too. So if depending on how the weather is looking, you kind of course, got to bounce off that. But guys, museums are very romantic, very beautiful dates. Now, I know a lot of people like a museum. Yeah, it's very quaint. It's very personal. You can talk. It's very romantic, especially if the lady loves art. You know what I'm saying? And so then the follow-up part of that date is what really counts. And this is when you take her to that nice little quiet getaway spot. And it could be a jazz spot, a nice little jazz club. Maybe just a little cute little after hour spot, little wine spot. You know what I'm saying? Don't take her to the club to get, well, actually, I should say this, depending on what kind of lady you got, we'll go with that. But if you really, got you like a classy, very elegant type of lady, follow up with somewhere quiet, very, very poised, very smooth. Now, this is the thing, guys. I hope you put your reservations in, because I remember when I was trying to do something for Valentine's Day, a lot of stuff was already booked up. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you have not put your reservations yet, see if you can, because a lot of places, you're not going to get too much luck just showing up. See if that. And now the other option is, if you have to do it your home, guys, put that work in. Put some rose petals down. Get a nice, beautiful, romantic spot in your home. Now, me personally, I make it seem like it's not about sex. To me, because this is about rejoicing of our connection, rejoicing of what we have, rejoicing of for future developments in our relationship. That's to me what that good old V day is about. Of course, we all know it's also about getting busy, but the main thing is a celebration of the relationship. So find you a nice quiet spot, and if it's on your couch or if it's sitting along the front of your couch, put a nice little cute blanket down, put some candles all around your spot safely. Put some candles around your spot. Of course, that smooth music. I don't know, it depends, guys. Some people have their TVs on, some people don't. I usually don't have my TV on. And then I have like a nice tray on slot of nice, cute little, that I make personally, cute little snacks and desserts. Do like cute little hand foods, but I also will cook a nice 3-course dinner. Can't go wrong with that. Now, for you ladies or guys who may not be a great cook, it is nothing wrong with hitting that restaurant as an option. If you have to, if you're not the best cook in the world, there's nothing wrong with you, hitting up that restaurant, getting a nice, maybe 3-course meal, whatever your budget can afford. But yes, make sure you get that dessert. Make sure you have to have that dessert. It gotta be something cute that goes with the theme of Valentine's Day. But yeah, make sure you get that dinner in, and then switch out the items, switch out the containers for, nice elegant plates and silverware and stuff like that. Baby, I did this all for you. Now they probably, know, since if you're not the best cook or not known to be a cook or whatever, they probably gonna know. But it's the gesture and the effort that counts. Now, for the ones who can cook and you just like, I don't feel like doing all that, don't tell them. Just, I did this for you, baby. So yes, guys. Now this is also the follow-up. Make them breakfast in bed. Now, this is the game to that one. Regardless if you're the man or woman, whoever did the most effort for Valentine's Day, show them that love, guys. Show that person, that man or that woman, that love and appreciation for all their efforts and what they did, and cook them breakfast in bed or something that following morning. You know what I'm saying? That goes a long way. Now, one thing I do notice is a lot of people where they just take those lovely Valentine's experiences and they don't reciprocate. They're like, okay, he did this or she did this all for me, and this was good. But you guys don't some people don't reciprocate the effort and that time and that money too sometimes. So hook them up with breakfast in bed. Make it a complete surprise. Now I get it. You probably, again, maybe under a budget or something like that, or not even just budget, maybe time, maybe a time situation. So if anything, surprise them with a nice little brunch or breakfast spot and make it real cute and make it known like, I appreciate so much for all your effort and what all you did. That goes a long way. Now, guys, one thing I usually do is before all this even takes place, I make beautiful, elegant invitations. And this is where you're cordially invited to, Valentine's Day dinner hosted, I make it very pretty, very cute, very elegant. Now, guys, you could kind of, that's up to you if you want to do something like that. But ladies appreciate things like that. Remember, Valentine's in a way, or V-Day, whatever you want to call it, or the Just Because Day, is a day where women want to feel like queens and princesses. And let's be real, guys, ladies, the men feel they want to be treated like princes or kings, where it may have you. So let's make sure we make that happen, especially if you got a good one that's been wonderful to you, making you happy. Let's make sure we show those appreciations, because I'm seeing a lot of this where, it's like clockwork. The day after Valentine's or whatnot, you see all these posts on Facebook and social media, like, they did all this for me, but damn, I didn't get nothing in return. Didn't even get none. So let's make sure, guys, we're reciprocating, okay? Have fun.